But they apparently have a machine that will stretch you. It's actually machines to do it for me. But it stretches you out, and then they have these heated massage water tables. So if I can get stretched and just lay on that and then see Jagdish in between, I think I'm going to be in good shape, and maybe I'll get on the treadmill too, we'll see. But in the meantime, it's $1 down, $10 a month, so maybe I don't think we should ask for a group rate. I don't think you can do much better. But anyway, it is a great time of reflection, and to really focus on not only what we want individually, but our vision for the world and for the planet and how we can be of greater service. And next week, as I mentioned earlier today, we've got I've been thinking about our community. And, after Terry's passing in November, I was thinking, okay, I was wanting a list of like all these great musicians, which there are many, many in this area. Many who have offered to step up, which is a beautiful thing, but I just at that time couldn't even think about replacing Terry. But now what I'm thinking is I'm seeing and feeling and experiencing the power of the love in this community and the talent we have here. And not to say we won't bring in a guest speaker on occasion, we will. And not to say we won't have some of these really cool musicians, because we will. But I think that I get it more than ever that this is our community. And it's about, I've said it before, but I get it at a deeper level, tapping into everybody's gifts and helping those to become manifest in such a huge, huge way. So if you're a singer, or if you're an artist, or if you're good on computers, or like to lead nature hikes or do fundraising activities, whatever it is, outreach. Outreach is a huge part of what I really see happening in our new year, community and world service. Jagdish already kicked that off for us this year with this great meal program at the local schools, and according to Jagdish, she told me just a few minutes ago that we have actually raised enough money to almost pay for the 3 schools she went to, all those meal programs for those kids. I mean, that's huge, huge. We can all do something, and that's so beautiful. And there's certainly a ton of people out here who could use our support. So we'll talk about that next week. We're going to talk about, and we're going to have pizza, and we're going to have salad.
That seals it.
Yeah, that seals it. So we'll just have an opportunity to everybody participate, because as you know, one thing that makes us unique here. Not that that's good or bad, but my role is just my role. Everybody, there is no hierarchy here. We're all one, and everybody has a voice, and I want everybody to have an opportunity to shine and to share and to be part of our ministry and our leadership. We're all leaders. So sometimes it can get a little gnarly, and sometimes I'm rolling my eyes going, okay, how can I make this work? And because I really do want it to work, and we're just going to find a way. We'll just find a way. If somebody wants a seat at the table and share your gifts, then we're going to welcome it and make it happen no matter what. And because that's what it's all about. It's not about a grand putting on a show on Sunday and having, and it's a wonderful thing. A lot of churches do that, and it's awesome. I mean, I have to say, at my father's memorial, that when you're in a big church and you've got the screens and you got the organ playing, and it does move you. But that's not really what we're about right now. But we're always open to God's plan and God's will for what our future looks like. To me, it's about it's like we're coming together as brothers and sisters, and we're just supporting and loving each other and having a good time, and we're being patient. And the past couple of months, I'll be the first to admit, I have not been clear. I've not been here. It's been tough, but I feel I am ready. I really am. I'm ready, and I know that we're all here, and I'm so grateful. that everybody stepped up in such a huge way. And being patient, it's like, it's really, and that just is an example of the love that we all share here for each other and support. So, moving forward, I think that a couple of things that are so important, and I think you all may even know this, because I've said it a few times over the years. My past life, for 30 years, I was a golf pro and played golf, and I taught golf, and that was wonderful. And so much, talk about not relating to a life, that is something I can't relate to. It's like, really, I did that? And I mean, I did it from age 7 to 50, and it was my full-time life. And now a golf club almost seems foreign to me. Like, what do you do with this? And but I also from that went into real estate. Not one of my more stellar choices, but I did it. But life coaching was something I took an interest in. Which really, being a minister, you are a coach, you're a motivator. So it did fit in some degree. But I did learn that that there are tools that we can use to attain that which we desire. And where I got a little not so, one reason I didn't pursue that even greater was because the emphasis and the focus on a lot of these programs is, the relationship, the next car, taking the vacations around the world, and the stuff, okay? And those are all great, Can't say if I had $1 million, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. But anyway, but it's. I think that it's great to have stuff, but it's more important to really live from our heart. So to use these tools that maybe we could use, and if you do need a little money in the bank, and you need some, or if you want a little better health, or you do want a relationship, go for it. But I would preface all that by saying, Holy Spirit, you know my circumstances better than I do. And, reveal to me what my purpose is, what my vision, what my mission here on this planet is. You know where my health may be a concern. You know where my finances may be a concern. Lead me and guide me to find your will, and not for me to stress out about fixing it, okay? But I do think to be able to manifest all these gifts of the kingdom of heaven, it's about making room for the new. And we have to be willing to, I think, do an assessment or an evaluation of our, what do they call it in 12 steps? Fearless moral inventory, is that it? Yeah. Fearless moral inventory. And to really look at ourselves fearlessly and say, okay, these are things in my life I'm choosing to release. They're no longer serving me. It could be habits. It could be relationships. It could be a job. It could be the way we think, the way we're judging, and the way we see ourselves. So take that inventory and look at everything in your life that no longer serves you. We know what it is. I know what it is. I won't say it. I will just tell you in 3 months that I've accomplished this. But anyway, I think it's important to make room for all the good to come in. And so who is it that we maybe haven't forgiven, or who are we holding a grudge against? And of course, always start that with ourselves. What have I not forgiven or accepted with myself? And then generally, if you clean that up, you're going to see the world differently anyway. But also be willing to reach out and offer forgiveness where you feel like you've been attacked in the past. Because we can't let the good stuff in if we're still holding on to those grievances and those old patterns and ways of being. Also, it's important to be open to and accepting and loving and be kind. The one thing, this is a miracle. There's when I was at my father's, and everyone knows their dad is the greatest dad. Everyone's dad here is the greatest dad on the planet. I know that. I get that. And I was so touched at the memorial and the visitation, so many people coming up to me and saying, your dad was the kindest man we ever knew. One of my friends came up and said, I've lived here in Huntington, which is a lot like Hendersonville. I grew up here, and all my life, your dad is the only person I've never heard anyone say a cross word about. He just was kind, he honored everybody. He was, even though he was very successful, he worked hard, he created a lot of success, he gave to the community. I'll tell you a funny, he was buried in a Marshall University necktie. And my brother-in-law said that a good friend of my dad's came up to him and said, there's that $1 million tie of your dad's, and that tie cost your dad $1 million. But anyway, he gave back so much to the community, and it was really a beautiful thing. Now, me on the other hand, I don't know what it is. People either really like me or they don't so much. And, I still am trying to figure that one out, and I guess I will, or maybe I won't someday. But I'm choosing to take responsibility and look for that, look at that as well. But I believe that one thing I learned in my coaching is this decision, is this action, is this thought moving me closer to my goal of waking up, being inspirational, being loving, or is this decision action keeping me in the old pattern and way of being? It is a year of ascension. I really believe that, ascension of consciousness. And if we're holding on to those grievances and the old patterns, we're putting a block on our own good. And of course, we're moving into this new year, and we've got our beautiful Namaste Center family. We've got a lofty goal with our new building. We really do. And I still know that's going to happen. I really do. How? I have no idea. And to me, I don't care if we have to go out there with, build it ourselves. Maybe that'll be what we do. It doesn't matter. It never was about the building, but it is about creating a place where we can come together, like here, and have our own space and not be obligated to worrying about parking or other things that are an issue here, which have not been big issues, but enough to make me say we really don't have the freedom to do what we need to do. So keep buying lotto tickets and saying your prayers, that's all I can say. Also, we are co-creating a new paradigm here. And we're not, as I said here, another thing that makes us unique is that we really don't adhere to any prescribed spiritual teaching, or do we have a hierarchy that dictates what we have to do. We're free spirits here, we know that. And so we are literally the paradigm, the only real laws I think we follow are the laws of listening to the voice of God and following that. And just being present every moment. Forgive the past, be present now. Place our future in God's hands. Inspire, love, and nurture each other on the path. I mean, hey, that's a pretty cool paradigm. We don't have to, we can do what we want. Isn't that fun? So, our dreams, to accomplish our dreams, though, we have to be willing to let go of the past, and that's what's so important. And I also think, you read all these things on Facebook and you see it all around where, like gratitude jars, and if you could put something you're grateful for, gratitude every day, just even if it's the worst day of your life, put it in the jar, and then at the end of the year and say, it really wasn't a bad year after all. Or write a journal and say, I'm grateful for all these things. And we are so blessed. Even if we think our life sucks, we are really, really blessed. And so write it in our heart that every day is the best day of the year. Every single day. And so there's a numerology 2016 is a 9-year, and 9 is a number of endings and completion. That's the year we just finished. And 2017 is a 1 year. It's a number of new beginnings and creations. So together we are being called to create a new life for ourselves. If we resist, the universe may push us gently to put us back on our path, and in order for our highest good and for us to change. And so I think that that's what's happening now. You know, we've completed that cycle, 2016-9, we're complete, it's over, we're new beginnings. We have a whole new world to create here together. So my blessing and my prayer for each and every one of you guys is to let our New Year's resolution be this, that we will be together for each other as fellow members of humanity in the greatest sense of the word. And if we can do that, God knows what we can make. It's about bringing the kingdom of heaven into every moment. And I hold great hope and confidence that this will be our best year ever. And I'm so grateful to be taking this journey with you, and peace and love prevail on earth, and so it is. Namaste.